Okay. Coffee time, coffee time. Good morning, everyone. 30th, second last day of 2020. So I'm faced now with the issue of, people using the bug for political purposes now. You have trade union leaders, you have doctors, teachers, people under 60 with no health conditions saying we must close down all the schools again, even though for a child who is, say, 10, missing a year of their education is 10% of their overall life. It's a massive proportion. It's not like me, where a year lost is 2.5%. When you're 10, it's a big proportion. They're talking about now shutting all the schools again. Now, it makes my blood boil a little because life is hard. And one of the ways you get a crutch in life is that you're super energetic, super active, super yearning to learn little kiddies get to go to a decent school for 6 hours a day. So we can tidy the house, we can do what we need to do, we can get things ready for when the kids get home. But no. In the new reverse perestroika of Soviet Britain, they want now parents to, you're not working. So why not just, keep your kids in the pressure cooker all day? Who cares about domestic violence? Who cares about murder rates going up within the home? Who cares? We got to save that 87-year-old from catching the cold. In times of crisis, most men lose their balls, they lose their courage, they lose their conviction, they err. To err is human, but they err on the side of caution. Next thing you know, suddenly the government now is hyper pro-elderly life. We're all going to link arms and block the entrances to graveyards, cemeteries. No, get that coffin back out there. Get her on Dr. Frankenstein's table. We will reanimate that corpse. No one is dying in the new normal. Just a quick side issue, the world's gone to FUCK. We're now, what is this? It's like a quadruple wave we're experiencing now. United Kingdom, 53,000 new infections. If you go along there, 1%, 1% fatality, that's an extra 530 dead that is coming in a couple of weeks. We're averaging about 500 dead a day. There was the other day, it was 740. But again, the public's desensitized. Exactly. You'd think that in the middle of winter, with your baby all nicely wrapped up, you could bring them to a safe place like this. But, this is exactly where meathead taxi driver thought he would use some physical sheriff punishment against the fucking outlaws in his jurisdiction. Bloody asshole. So today's meditation for all my amazing friends, viewers, supporters, people who just go, oh, that looks like an interesting thumbnail. I'll click on that shit. Today's exercise, I want you to suddenly realize no one on this earth, exactly, I'll pick up for you in a second. No one on this earth has more experience than you. It's not like any of these souls remembers their past lives. Everyone is doing it live. You're literally pushed onto stage and it's improv. So next time, groups of men and women, groups of hybrid sex, you don't know what they are these days, but I mean, bloody hell, you've got what? I want a blue man-woo with 7 penises, 8 testicles, and 4 vaginas. Then I will believe diversity is here. Don't remember those medical terms, little man. So nobody has a clue. So, since the start of lockdown, second lockdown, third permanent lockdown, humans are dirty, fucking plague-carrying meat sack lockdown. I've ignored it all. And you know what? So should you, because you cannot destroy a society of healthy people for the hope of saving a couple of unhealthy people in their mid-80s. I'm sorry, how many more times do we have to say this? I'm gonna go take the baby. This is like back to old school. Isaac's out with me, but we're not getting in the car. We're not going to the city centre. And in terms of the city centre, I have made peace with all my how'd you put it? My antagonists. So, looking forward to 2021. So's the baby. So are all of us. This is Charlie Veitch reporting from the very foggy, it's about 1 degree Celsius. Not too bad. Reporting from Swintonia. Let's go. Now imagine thinking that a 1980s shock pink is a suitable colour for your local governmental council. Anyway, quick tangent. I was checking into a hotel the other day, and there are some silver linings to the cloud of hotel living. Is that now with the world gone, hotels, even 5-star hotels, are so cheap. You know, once you can take into account broadband, laundry, council tax, the bastards. For what service? Once you take into account the cost, this, that cost, this, it's actually the same price you get to live in 4-star city centre hotels than it would be to rent a shitty, depressing bedsit in the council estate in Salford. Now, this is how upside down the world's come. But anyway, just wanted to say one thing. I was checking into a hotel the other day, and you know, I'm a self-employed YouTuber. This is my job. So it kind of gives me a lot of freedom because wherever I go, I'm working. If I don't work, my kids don't eat. This is a nice point. For everyone that's financially supported me through the donations, the PayPal, the bank transfers, the Patreon, and the Bitcoin, thank you guys. Honestly, I can't thank all of you individually because I tried on the Gmail, PayPal. It's convoluted and complicated. Your email doesn't just come up straight away. You have to go into it, log in, find the email, copy, paste it to your... Just want to thank you all personally. So I'm checking into the hotel. The lady on reception, she's like, just finally, before we, 2 things. We need to do the infrared gun to your head. And I'm like, yeah, no, whatever, you know. What am I going to do? Cause a scene? I do need to rest my head and sleep somewhere. And she says, I also need evidence that you are on a work trip. And I said, I'm self-employed. I'm here filming, cameraman, YouTube. She goes, oh, have you got an email from an employer, a boss, to prove that you are working? And so I thought, how do I up the ante to take this to the literally guns drawn? Let me get him his gloves back and I'll restart this. Very, very quick tangent. Sometimes in life, when someone's giving you bad energy, you can sense that in their worldview, you're a piece of shit, and they speak to you as if you are. Now, in life, you should always sometimes just cut them to the chase. The baby's not going to let me do this. We're going to move. I'll tell you about the hotel story in a second. So I said to the ladies, we need evidence, like a letter from a boss or an employer proving that you are here on a work trip, that you're working. So I say to her, you have my word, this is a work trip. Is that enough? And oh, the constricted facial muscles, the hard tapping on the keyboard. How dare I, as a paying customer, ask for her to take my word as a grown-up human being paying by credit card? How dare I say that I'm not a liar? I need a letter from my nanny, from my babysitter, saying that I'm allowed out of the house. Bugger off. There's another time, back in the good old days, a few years ago, we went to Lee Dog and Cats Rescue Center and we got ourselves a recycled cat. And while we were there, my son, who was a lot younger at the time, he's 8 now. Oh, geez, Isaac, stop throwing your gloves. So while we were there, my son, who was, I don't know, 4 at the time, young, Look at that, that's the town hall behind me. You know, this is like Normandy in 1943. We have the Nazi sniper. So we're trying to adopt a cat. And the cat wanted us, but my son Leo, he was a bit apprehensive, maybe a bit nervous around the kitty cat. Does that lens need cleaning? One sec. And the lady, the charity worker at the dog and cat's home, she goes, "Oh, I'm not sure if I can let you have this cat because your son looks nervous and we need to think what's best for the cat." So I just said, "Look, we've driven all this way. We're here as a family to take the cat. Just tell us right now. We're not going to discuss it. We're leaving with this cat, or you're going to tell us to leave because you don't think we're suitable to have the cat." You just got to constrict people's nonsense down to the distilled confrontation of it. And she's like, oh, no, sorry. It's like she snapped out of a dream. And she's actually, yeah, what the hell? Just because a 4-year-old's a bit nervous around the cat, cat's going to have a great life. And the cat does have a great life. Check this out, the ideology. We have a Salford Schools competition, and Tom, aged 11, won with his amazing "No More Hate Crime" smashing through the wall. We stand together. It's solved. No more hate. It's done. So, as I was saying earlier, these trade unionists playing party politics with the lives of grannies, saying we need to shut schools. Now, the moment they announce the control freak commissars of the new Soviet fear kingdom, the moment they announce that school's out and all those taxes I paid over those decades was for shit, I will instantly turn into an essential worker somehow, journalist perhaps, and I will march my children to the school. And I'm lucky as well, it's a very highly rated school by Ofsted, and it's free. Well, not free, I pay taxes for it. So what I'm trying to say is, the moment they try and turn my life into a circus, I'll put on the makeup myself and I'll laugh even harder than all of you guys. Ha ha ha. So I've been watching a bit of South Park on TV, and that episode where Al Gore comes back to defeat Man Bear Pig and they summon Satan, and Satan ends up getting defeated by Man Bear Pig. That is some funny crap right there. So just very briefly, but very strongly, look at this brutalist nonsense. Look at it. Look how shit it is. If only you knew how many tons of asbestos were in there. Can't hurt anyone. Like DDT, spray the kids. You got some pregnancy issues, you're feeling a bit sore? Take thalidomide. Nothing will happen, it'll be fine. Did you hear about the thalidomide porn star? Arm like a baby's cock. So let's pick a bone with Greater Manchester Police. So there I was. It was about 5:55 p.m, which in December and winter is extremely dark. And I was in a local park here in Swinton. And because I was rolling a cigarette, I had the lights on in my car. And that's very quiet. I've been going to this park for years. So there I am in the absolute darkness in my little light, and then a police car comes barreling into the car park, and he or she, I didn't catch, they do this pincer maneuver where they turn right in front of my front bumper. And I'm like, what? But then he does a reverse, he or she reverses into the space next to mine. You know, we're talking about 40 centimeters away. And this is a very large car park at night time. We were the only two cars there. And that police car, he arrived. Any reasonable person would assume he was about to leap out of that car and come and attack me or grab me or question me. So I thought, oh shit. What's going on here? So I didn't, you know, I think the rookie mistake would be to just drive off. So what did I do? I was like, we'll pause the cigarette for now. So I waited about a minute. These police officers, there's a female and I couldn't see the other one in the dark, staring at me. So I kept the light on for a minute. And then I'm frowning at them and I'm staring back at them. And then whilst I'm looking at them, I'm like... So I turn the light off in the car and I continue staring at them in the dark. And then I just thought, well, okay, they're trying to intimidate me. You know, car by itself in the park at night time, obviously up to no good. So after a bit of that, I just get my phone out and I pretend to scroll my phone. And after about a minute, they drive off. And I thought, what a couple of fucking pigs. And then I smoked my cigarette and went about my evening. Just wanted to share that with you. Alright, first of all, have a look at that sun peeking through. And then let me change that to this. Now this is Wardley Hall. I've never seen this before. I've lived nearby it for 9 years. And it's just great, you know, here in England. The sheer quantity of country houses, country estates, nice traditionally built structures, you know? And let's just say it, you build your building in the traditional style, it'll look amazing forever. You try and be modern and current, and that shit will look ridiculous in about 30 years. Just look at futurism from the 60s or 70s, how dated. Whereas this, it actually fits into 2020 quite well, and it fitted in to 1620 very well as well. Brave man on that hill. Take the doggies for a walk, everyone cool, everyone relaxed. We are just coming over the top of Sabden down into Clitheroe, and I'll stop filming in a sec, but what a beautiful scene. You see people walking up the hill with their sledges. Let's get this guy. This guy's been doing Hitler salutes to all the Jews going past, and now he's pointing a gun at that Jew across the road. He's what I turned round, we were trying to get some coffee, but he is doing Hitler salutes. Let's try and catch him on video. Yeah, you don't look, Maya, this is all bad grown-up stuff here. Keep your eyes closed. Here we go. Let's see, there's some cars going past. There you go.